Good morning. Yes, good morning. This is for all of my followers, all of my Facebook friends, my social media for social change. It's my buddy here. It's Def. It's my playmate. Like I said, we living in Baltimore. We live with Def every day if we black in Baltimore. We got to fight the police. We got to fight the powers. And we fighting each other. And we just trying to live. There was a social scientific experiment about rats. These rats were put in a maze. Say about 20 feet by a 20, what? Yeah, it was a 20 foot by 20 foot maze. They had food and water and shit all in there. They had 24 rats. They had 24 males and 24 females. With that 24 males and 24 females, they had the resources in there with the rats. Then they started taking the resources away. So the rats started eating each other. And that's what we doing in Baltimore. We eating each other because we ain't got no resources. We got these politicians we put in place that keep locking us up. They're claiming to make Baltimore safe, and they're not making Baltimore safe. They just making Baltimore rich. We $3.5 billion in debt. But y'all making $500 million a year off of inmates in Baltimore, and y'all making $500 million off of inmates through labor, slave labor. We traded the penitentiary for the plantation, cotton for cocaine, and we the cash crop. When y'all had prohibition, y'all was killing white people. You feel me? St. Valentine's Day massacre. Y'all was shooting up schools and floral shops. Y'all was killing Jews and Italians and Greeks. Y'all was killing mountain men, Hatfields and the McCoys. Because that liquor game was a hell of a game. Al Capone went to Chicago. That's where I'm from. Chicago land. They made their money in Chicago and they lived out in Lake Forest, Highland Park, Lake Zurich. I'm from Zion. I came here straight out the penitentiary. And I've been in this war on drugs since 1972. Since I was 12 years old. Okay? Everything that's going on in Baltimore, the murders, the shootings, dude, I used to do that in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. Retaliatory shootings, territorial drug disputes. I did all that. I'm in the paper. You can look it up, Google it. I came to Baltimore, I changed my life. I changed my product. I didn't change my hustle. I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler all my life. I make money. Money don't make me. If that don't make sense, then you don't know nothing about life. The state of Maryland owes me money. And just like when I was selling drugs, if you owe me money, I'm going to come get what you owe me. I'm a businessman. And I'm going to handle my business, man. The 2020 session, Governor Hogan got a public government accountability bill. The government accountability bill is going to be put to the test. I'm going to testify for it. And I'm going to submit everything that I've been doing since 2006. I got 52 public and elected officials and media and police that need to go to jail. Scott Shellenberger, Marilyn Mosby, Nick Mosby. Yeah. It's called criminal enterprise. It's called collusion and coercion. And you use your positions of power to keep your criminal enterprise protected. We're going to use Operation Greylord as a blueprint for Baltimore City and Baltimore County's corruption. Google Operation Greylord. Because that's the blueprint to get rid of the corruption here. It names the judges, the lawyers, and the politicians in Chicago. If Jesse Jackson Jr. and his wife can go to jail, so can Mosby and his wife. So can Chief Hyatt. So can Jack Young. I told y'all about this when I started this, so y'all can't say that y'all didn't know about this. When I started this, I said, to be the best, you got to beat the best. And you ain't beat me yet. I beat you in the streets and I beat you in court. Now I want what belongs to me. I want my money, I want my property, and I want my standards in the community back. I told y'all in 2011 at my son's funeral, December the 11th, 2006, I told you I was going to make the name Shorty mean something, and it means a lot in Baltimore. And I told you if you weren't going to respect me, I was going to take my respect. And I takes my respect, because I'm not from around here. I'm not built like y'all built. I'm cut from a different cloth. I'm not a crab. I'm not a backbiting motherfucker. I'm not a snake. Whatever I do to you, I'm going to do to your face. I do it on Facebook so other people can see it. I inspire, I encourage, I uplift, I empower. And that's what I plan to do in 2020. Be it out in Annapolis testifying. I want the Senate Bill 374. Access to the grand jury, nothing more, nothing less. Access to the grand jury, I'm going to get Scott Shellenberger disbarred. Marilyn Mosby got to do a job or lose a job. Y'all seen that video? Put your big girl panties on. Yeah. If you're a politician, you a male or female, I don't care if you're a male or female, I'm not giving you a cut card and I'm not going to cut you a break. If you in this arena, then you better toughen up and don't cry foul, because I didn't. I played the hand that was dealt to me. I played it out. Now you're going to have to play yours out by any means necessary. In 1986, I gave you Malcolm X. 2008, 2011, no, 2007, 2011, I gave you Thurgood Marshall and Martin Luther King. Nonviolent, peaceful demonstration. Nonviolent, peaceful demonstration. I'm gonna be like Traffic Jam Jimmy now. And I'm gonna start following him around in the morning. But I'm gonna give you Baltimore's politics live in living color. I'm gonna say it on Facebook and then I'm gonna do it in your face. I got a criminal case against Scott Shellenberger. Scott Shellenberger. But y'all didn't have a problem prosecuting me when Scott Shellenberger called me a terrorist. I want the same due process, the same equal protections, because I'm a whistleblower. And Scott Shellenberger knew I was a whistleblower on the courts. Scott Shellenberger, Judge Turnbull, Bobby Zirkin, Broshini, Lafferty. Yeah, y'all knew this. I was making a movie and a documentary about y'all. Y'all were the subject of my documentary. It's about white privilege and black justice. We traded the penitentiary for the plantation, cotton for cocaine, and we the cash crop. We dying in the streets and we dying in jail. And when we die in jail, you take our body and our body parts and you sell them. You take our cadavers and you take them to Johns Hopkins and the University of Maryland Medical Center. That's what you do with our black bodies. You harvesting our organs, our kidneys, our lungs, our eyes. You're using opioids on inmates in Baltimore. You're using opioids on inmates in the Department of Corrections, and there's no oversight on it. Governor Hogan's getting paid off of incarceration, and he's using that gun. He's using the guns and the fear of the violence to do that. The same way that Gov.O'Malley did it in 2006, 2007, 2008, stop and frisk and zero tolerance. Governor Hogan's redoing it with the gun violence, and he's using that as the same tool. Y'all need to watch the 13th Amendment. You watch the 13th Amendment, you'll get a better understanding about your government. You got house niggas and you got field niggas. And the house niggas want to keep their jobs. And they use the field niggas to make them feel good. To justify them. To be with the master. Now Keifer Mitchell, that's a house nigga. He used his parents' standing in the community to get his stature, because he don't do shit for Black Baltimore. He right up underneath Governor Hogan, doing whatever Governor Hogan tell him to do. Keifer Mitchell's don't worry about his kids, because they in a private school. They not in public school. Mosby's kids is over in Roland Park, and Mosby live on North Avenue. Her kids don't go to the school that she live in the community she live in. Nick Mosby, Marilyn Mosby kids go out to Roland Park Middle School on Charles Street. Kai Jackson's kids go to Garrison Forest. Alright? Your mainstream media's kids don't go to public schools. They go to private schools. Mainstream media knew about this school shit in 1994 because I blew the whistle on them. Fern Shin has the videos and the information exposing y'all. But Fern Shin ain't open her mouth. The Baltimore Brew is part of this too. They tell you just enough. They stir the pot. 2020, they gonna lick the spoon. He who stirs the pot must lick the spoon. Yeah, that's the way this shit go. I'm on the toll. For all of y'all that don't know, I got a nighttime job. Pays for my advocacy. I don't make much. To put gas in the car and to put food in my stomach. You feel me? So if the video cut off, it's because I'm in the tunnel. I do my stories at Starbucks. Me and Starbucks got a program we're gonna run together, a homeless program. That homeless program, Mayor Pugh approved it 2 years ago. Said she was gonna help me with it. She didn't ever do shit with it. But we're gonna address homelessness in 2020, because I didn't see nobody's crime plan addressing homelessness. You're making it criminal to be homeless. You're locking up homeless people and giving them charges that they don't deserve. And you putting them in the system where they don't need to be. They got elections today. I'm going to be at the polling places. And I'm going to have my toilet there. And I want to catch Shellenberger. I want to catch Governor Hogan. I want to have a face-to-face with these individuals since they so adamant about locking up black people. Because I'm one of them black people that y'all lock up. Except I was an innocent black man. Y'all don't care about innocence. Y'all just care about money. Innocence. Y'all just care about a story at 12, news at 11. You want to pat yourself on the back and say you're making Baltimore safe. And all you're doing is keeping slavery alive. I done bent y'all's ear long enough. I'm gonna live feed you a little later. But I got somewhere to go and I don't want y'all tracking me. Because you tracked me enough. I attract a lot of attention. I want Shellenberger's job. And when I see Shellenberger in Annapolis, I'm going to pull his card. If I see the media in Annapolis, I'm going to chase you out of the room. The same way that I chased John Rydell out, I'm going to chase you out. Only thing you're going to do is put me out. And when I pull that Constitution out, you're not going to do much of that. Constitution supersedes Maryland's laws because it's the law of the land. I got a freedom of speech, the freedom of assembly, the freedom to protest, the freedoms that I'm going to enjoy as a black man 2020. And I'm going to show other black people how to enjoy them freedoms. I asked for Martin Luther King's job. I didn't ask for it, motherfucker. I took it. I don't ask for shit. Martin Luther King didn't ask for that job. He took it. Malcolm X didn't ask for that job. He took it. Thurgood Marshall didn't ask for that job. He took it. Marcus Garvey didn't ask for that job. He took it. So I'm going to take it. And I'm going to take what belongs to me. So wherever I see you at, is where I'm going to treat you at. Your Achilles heel is this camera. Y'all can't stand live feeds. And I'm going to shut y'all's live feeds down. I told you during Freddie Gray, shut that shit down. When Freddie Gray, you know, had CNN and all them motherfuckers here, and I started shutting y'all's down, I shut you down because I can. We out in the streets. You're not in the studio. When you're in the streets, you're going to respect my gangster. I'm an OG. I'm an original gangster. N62528. State Illinois versus Dwayne Davis. Dog, I'm Omar the Wire in this bitch. I don't cut and run. I stand and fight. I don't need 1 million people to march. I need 1 million people to pay attention. Social media for social change. We're going to do that thing.